Hi there, Michelle Marslands of Marslands Accountants. So I want to talk to you now about the discretionary business rates grant. So if you pay business rates, you will not be able to get this. Those people have already had their £10,000 or £25,000 and that's it, no more. If you haven't had anything and you have fixed premises costs, you may be able to apply for the discretionary business rates grant. Now, the problem is with this grant is that there isn't enough money. Plymouth City Council have only got 2 million and they need at least 4 million, they reckon. So there's going to be a shortfall here. But as we found with the other grants, not everybody does apply. And with this grant, you have to make sure that you apply to them. They're not going to tell you about it. You have to ask them. All right, so that is really key because people might think that they're going to be getting a letter from Plymouth City Council like the other people did, and you're not. All right, so you must apply. And I would highly recommend that you apply this week. Yesterday was their first day, which is the 1st of June, and they had 80 applications. So if everybody on that application is okay and gets £10,000 grant, that's already £800,000 potentially already spent. So when there's only 2 million, there's not a lot left. So David Draffen of Plymouth City Council has put out a blog today, which I will put the link to below because that gives all the criteria. He has said that basically at the end of this week that they will review the situation. So at that point, they'll see how many have applied and how much money they think they've got left. Like I say, they reckon that there'll be an overspend, so they won't be able to give everybody the grant. So they are thinking about it carefully who gets them. Included within their criteria to make sure that Plymouth economy doesn't suffer as much as we can help, really, is if they include boat-based businesses. So this is specific to Plymouth City Council on top of the normal government rules, all right? So you need to make sure that if you are in one of those businesses that you apply this week. Not saying everybody's going to get it, but if you don't apply, you definitely won't get it because there are certain criteria that you have to show as well that your business has suffered, etc. So it's not like the other one where it's automatic. This one has to be applied for and you have to provide information. So like I say, on Friday they will make an assessment as to how much is left over and whether they can now expand the criteria a little bit more within the government guidelines. So this is down to them to do that, but it will depend on what money's left. So if you are definitely sure that you should get something, apply this week. So that before Friday, I would guess, really, and then they can make their decision to see whether other people should come in next week. So yeah, it's really important to make sure that you meet the criteria, go through the list, and if you're not able to apply, like bed and breakfast can apply, but Airbnbs can't, all right? That was in the government guidelines. So if you're one of the people that can't apply, all I can suggest you do is you still continue to lobby both Plymouth City Council, your MP, FSB, anybody else you can think of, really, because it's coming up with a scheme, really, that's the problem for the government that has to be reliable and to try and protect them from fraud, because unfortunately there are people out there who will try and do that. Not everybody's as honest as we'd like to think. So yeah, so if you think you could apply, do apply, and don't forget that you have to ask them, not the other way around. Something else I was going to say, I can't remember what it was now, but yeah, anyway, so please apply now, and please make sure that you've got your application complete as well, because that's another thing. And I'll put the criteria below so you can see what that criteria is, and then lobby your MPs, lobby everybody else. And we're hoping that there is about 4 million we think left over in Plymouth City Council. From the other business grants, because about 300 of them didn't get given out and probably never will, or most of them probably won't. So there is about 4 million left in there. So we're hoping that with enough lobbying that we can maybe get that put into the discretionary pot instead. So this is where as people we can make a difference, because at the end of the day, we're here to survive really at the moment, but we want to thrive as well. And Plymouth is our economy, so we have to make sure that we get what we can and make sure we pass that on, make sure that we continue to thrive in the future. So anyway, yeah, sorry it's such a long one, but yeah, the key of it has to be, if you think you might be able to, please apply this week ASAP before the money runs out. But if you think the criteria doesn't include you at the moment, please lobby as many people as you can to try and make sure that if there's a bit of money left over, that you can have some. Time to shine.